Good morning, guys. So today we're going to be testing out the Born This Way foundation and the Born This Way concealer. I've got my foundation in natural beige and the concealer is in medium light. I really wanted to try out this foundation and concealer because it's supposed to be infused with really good products. Coconut water, alpine rose, and hyaluronic acid. So I was very excited about both of these. I believe that both of them, yes, are infused with the same ingredients. I've already got all of my primers on. I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish for my pores and the Stay Matte from Rimmel. I always use that primer for my face. So we're gonna go in one side with the brush like I've been doing lately, and then the other side with the blender and see what happens. So it's kind of a not watery but not thick foundation. It does smell a little bit like coconuts, which is fine by me. I don't mind. We're gonna go ahead and use this side with the brush here and see how it goes on. All right, I think the brush side is really rather good. It covers really well. I don't feel like it's accentuating my pores or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and go on with the blender side. I'm gonna take one more pump. All right, and just like with any blender side, you get a sheer coverage on this side, but it doesn't look bad. It's a little bit sheer here on the bottom where I have some acne scars. So I'm just gonna take the brush and just cover that a little bit more with the brush because I want a little bit more coverage down here. All right, so I think the coverage is really good, actually. I don't mind it at all. I don't think that it's doing anything funky in my pores, and I tend to have pretty big pores in this area right here. In my forehead, it is caking up just a little bit, but I do have some deep lines in there, so that's pretty normal for most foundations on my face. Let's go ahead and try the concealer and see what this does on top of its own foundation. Oh, well, concealer smells really good as well, so I like the way both of them smell. It's kind of a watery consistency, so it's not a very thick concealer. So if you're wanting something thicker, we'll see how this covers, but I don't think it's going to be like the Tarte Shape Tape or anything like that. It's Alright, so this one does crease a little bit on me, so I will have to set it, which is normal for my skin. I'm old, that happens. So I'm just going to take my Coty Airspun, if I could find it, and just set those areas there on my face that I know I'm going to get kind of oily throughout the day. So alright, this is the way it looks with the powder, the concealer, and the foundation. I really think that this foundation looks really nice in my pores. The concealer concealed the way I wanted it to. It's not like a full coverage concealer, but it works really well for like a work day or if you're just wanting something light. I feel like that the foundation, oh, I did blend that out. I feel like that the foundation looks really natural on my face. I mean, aside from the powder that I got on there right now, but I think it looks really natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on and finish getting ready. I'll come back and tell you how it worked with other makeups on top, and we'll go about the day right now. Like I said, I'm getting a late start today. It is 8:22 in the morning, so I'll go do that real quick and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. I think that other makeups go very beautifully on top of this Born This Way foundation. I had no issues whatsoever when I blended out stuff on top of it. It just kind of glided on really nicely. So I'm pretty excited about the way that it looks. So as far as the concealer goes, the concealer is doing really well as well. If you can see that, it's kind of already creasing in the nose area, which is pretty normal. So that's something to be aware of as well. But we're gonna go ahead and wear this foundation throughout the day. So I'll be back in about 5 hours. I'm off today, so I'm running around doing some crazy stuff with my car. So I'll be back in about 5 hours and show you what it looks like at the 5-hour mark. And then I'll be back again at the end of the day to show you what it looks like at the end of the day. I did set it with the NYX Finish, or Matte Finish Mini Matte long wearing setting spray. So just so you know, I did set it today, and I did set it with the Coty Airspun, which is something that you've seen earlier. So I'll be back in a little bit, guys, and let you know what my thoughts are in about 4 to 5 hours. All right, bye. All right, guys, so it is now, what time is it? Whew, it's been a busy day. 2:08. We started at, I think it was 8:30 is when I finished putting this foundation on this morning. So as you can tell, of course, like always, I'm getting a little dewy from oils. So I'm just going to take my blender and just take some of those oils off with my blender. I found that to be a better way to do things for me in the afternoon than going in with a blotting sheet. If I can come home and just take some of this oils off with my blender, then I found that the makeup stays a little bit longer on my face. So that made a huge difference, I think. I think the foundation is still doing really well. Again, like I said earlier this morning when I put it on, it is definitely still creasing in the lines of my forehead, which is normal. I have very thick lines in my forehead there, so most foundations do crease and build up in that area, and it's still creasing in my nose area there. So I could probably go a little bit lighter on the foundation in that area when I'm using it throughout the day, but other than that, I think everything else is still looking really well. All of my contour and blush has stood on very well. The concealer is still concealing the way it should, and it doesn't look cakey on my face, and I really am enjoying it so far. So that is my, what is it, 5.5 hour check-in. I'll come back again at the end of the day and show you what it looks like in another about 5 to 6 hours. So far so good. I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Bye. All right, guys, so it is now, started at 8:30 this morning. It's now 7:30 in the evening, and the foundation is still doing really well. I think, you know, I think it's been pretty close to 11 hours, if not 11 hours now. The foundation is definitely starting to get a little dewy, and my oils are starting to come through really well now. Let me just blot. I think that if I just blotted for the rest of the night, the foundation would still be doing really well. You can see my highlights in my blush and my contour. Yeah, the foundation has done perfectly well throughout the day. It's held up really well. You can kind of see a little bit of the scarring coming through, but not by much. And at this point, you might be able to see a little bit of it fading away here on the sides of my nose area here, but nothing too bad that I would be too worried about. The one thing I can tell you is that it does look slightly cakey on my face when I get pretty close. You can kind of see the foundation kind of building up to the surface, and that could just be because of, you know, my oils are starting to come through pretty good now, and so that could be just pushing the foundation up to the surface. I'm gonna go ahead and take half of it off like I've been doing in these reviews so we can see where the coverage is at 11 hours. I'll just go ahead and take this side off since it'd be easier there. So I'm just gonna go right down the middle. And I think that oh, I just got a bunch of cotton on my lashes. I think that the concealer has done very well too for holding up for 11 hours. The concealer has done really, really well. So I think the Born This Way concealer is a really good concealer. And I do think that this foundation is a really good foundation. You can see I still have a lot of makeup on my face after 11 hours. We didn't do any touch-ups other than just blotting with the Beauty Blender today. So I didn't put any powder on after this morning, and I did not, you know, I didn't have to reapply anything at the 6-hour mark. So at 11 hours, I feel like this foundation is doing a really good job. So this is the side without the foundation. I just took it off. You can see the scarring and you can see the redness in my face. And then here's the side here with the foundation still. So at 11 hours, this Born This Way foundation and the concealer still looks pretty similar to what it did this morning when I put it on. I could probably go a few more hours before I started to feel uncomfortable in this foundation. I think that this is a really, really nice foundation. But other than that, my battery is about to die, so I'm going to finish this off. I think it's a great foundation. I think if you're wanting or curious about this foundation, it's a good one to try. So if you have any questions, please put them down in the down bar. And if you haven't subscribed, now would be a good time to do so. And I shall talk to you guys sometime next week. Bye!